Hi all, welcome to YamunaJobsHub. So today we are going to discuss software testing, Java with Selenium WebDriver, how to explain the project in interviews. So I took many candidates interviews. So most of the candidates, they are not explained their framework or their project. So this is the mandatory second question for your interview, guys. So first question they are going to ask your introduction or tell me about yourself. Second question is explain your project. So this one you need to explain properly, then only they are going to hire the candidates. So anyhow, quickly we are going to discuss how to explain project or framework. Please concentrate. So Java with Selenium WebDriver, I am going to explain how to explain project using hybrid driven framework. Please concentrate. So this is the project, guys. You can consider what you need to tell. So we designed the Maven project. In case you don't have much experience, you do have only 1 year or 2 years, so you can say you involved for implementation and execution, not creation. But again, anyhow, we are going to discuss completely everything. So assume we designed the Maven project com.amazon.project. This is the Maven project we created. So once we created the Maven project, so we can create two projects. One is Java project, second one is Maven project. So this is Maven project because you can see here one small m is there. M means Maven. So Maven Java project. So whenever we are going to create a Maven project, automatically it's going to create the packages src main Java, src main resources, and again src test Java, src test resources. Some project they are going to do design and implementation main Java and resource package. Some projects we are going to use src test Java, src test resources. So anyhow, that is fine. So right now I designed src test Java, src test resources. Please concentrate. So you need to explain in our project inside the src test Java packages we created the libraries. Three libraries it's contain. One is generics library, means whatever common methods. So any real-time project we are going to work on, so we are not going to write all the method. Most of the reusable methods will be there. Just we are going to call the method and we are going to execute. So that purpose we do have one package that is nothing but generics package. Second library is POM, page object module Java design pattern. So POM means what we are going to do? We are going to do declaration, initialization, utilization. Example, you can take any one test case. So in your application one test case we are going to just consider for login page. Open the browser, enter the URL, enter the username, enter the password, click on checkbox, click on login button. So what we need to do, each and every steps we need to do for declaration, initialization, utilization. That all the things what package contain? POM, page object module Java design pattern container. So another package is scripts. Whatever the test case implementation we are doing, so we need to call and we need to execute it where? Inside the scripts. So script package we need to do the means just we need to call the steps and we need to execute it. So this is the packages contain our project. So example generics. So this project we are using hybrid driven framework, means data driven framework and method driven framework we are using. Combination we are going to call it as hybrid driven framework. So more than one framework you are going to use in your project, that framework we call it as hybrid driven framework. Please concentrate now. So example UI related means in the front end related whatever, like you want to handle text box, checkbox, frames, drop down, links. So this all the purpose we created the reusable method in wrapper class. Wrapper is a class, it's contain all the reusable method. Example close purpose one method, close method. Quit purpose one method, quit method. So get the title purpose, one title method. Get the URL purpose, one method. You need to switch to the frame, inside the frame, then that is one method. You want to handle the multiple windows like parent window and child window. So that purpose, reusable method. So you want to handle find element, find elements. So based on that, we do have all the reusable method. Which class contain? Wrapper class. Again, class name doesn't matter. It can be any name we can create. This is the reusable methods container. Again, we do have one more class, that is a Excel purpose, means data driven testing. So data driven framework means what? We need to fetch the data from Excel. That purpose also we required reusable method. So that reusable method contain Excel class. Example, in your data sheet, probably 100 rows you are entering the data. So you want to count how many rows are there. That purpose we are going to use the get row count. So where your data sheet is there, you need to mention that particular path in your project data sheet path, and in that data sheet, so we do have the what tabs, sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. So you need to mention, it is going to tell in your sheet how many rows are there. This is the reusable method. One more again. So get the cell value. So this is what is going to do. You are going to get the cell. Example, you need to mention your project data sheet path. Means where your data sheet you are saving, no? That path, sheet name, and which row you want. Row number 2, row number 3, that one. And you need to provide the cell. Which cell you want. Example, second row, cell number 2, it is going to fetch that value and it is going to provide. Like that we can create n number of reusable method for handling the data sheet. So generics library, anyhow we got it, it's content for reusable method handling UI and data sheet. So now we will move to the POM, page object module. Now we need to explain. So POM means page object module Java design pattern. So example, consider we are automating in our this project current release 100 test cases we are automating. So then more than one test case means what? Common steps we need to declare. So that common steps we are creating the one class, a base page. In the base page class we are declaring for what? Public WebDriver, and we are doing the initialization as well. So then what happen? You no need to write for all your 100 classes, no need to write that step. Just you can do inheritance automatically. That common steps it will be available in your child class. So now what we are going to do? Example, we are going to take the one class login page. So in the login page class, I am going to extend the base page. Why? Because base page contain common steps. So right now in the login page, POM means page object module means what we need to do? We need to do declaration, we need to do initialization, we need to do the utilization. Declaration purpose, find by annotation, locator and the locator value. In case in your project you are using XPath, you can use XPath. In your project you are using for name, you can use the name. In your project you are using for the CSS selector, you can use the CSS. So we can mention the based on our locator and the locator value and variable name, private, web element, variable name. Like that each and every step, username, password, login button, all the things we need to do the declaration. Initialization purpose, inside the constructor we need to do for page factory dot init element driver comma this. Page factory is a class, init element is a static method. We are calling using class name, and whatever did the declaration we are calling using this keyword. This keyword is going to call the current class variable. Utilization purpose we are going to use the method, and each and every step purpose I created the reuse means method, set username, set password, click on login button, like that. So once we did, anyhow we can't execute it here because there is a no main method or there is a no test method. So that execution, so we used inside the script library. Inside the script means we are using here test ng framework. Test ng means test next generation. So this all the test cases data we maintained inside the resource packages. So in our project, two environment are there. One is SIT data, second one UAT environment. Two environments are there, so that reason we do have two data sheet. So in SIT environment, each and every test case data we are passing where in the SIT data sheet. UAT environment, whatever the test case are there, based on that we are preparing the data for in UAT data sheet. So now what I am going to do now, once we did declaration, initialization, utilization, so we are going to the scripts package. Script means it's a nothing but we need to do the call and we need to do the execution. Example I want to do for, you can consider I want to do for login page, or I want to do the click on checkbox, whatever. So before that, here also, like we are writing for what? Assume 100 test cases we are executing. Okay, 100 test cases also we can't write public web driver driver equal to new Chrome driver, web driver driver equal to new Firefox driver, web driver driver equal to new Opera driver. We can't provide because it's a, like we can provide, but it's a, what happen? It's a waste in time and it's going to increase in the line. So that reason, whenever we do have precondition and post condition in manual test cases, that steps inside the script package, inside the base test. So means we are going to declare before method annotation precondition. This is annotation we do have in TestNG. Before method annotation, after method annotation, before class annotation, after class annotation, before suit, like that we do have many annotations are there. Anyhow, so here precondition purpose we are using before method annotation. So what we are trying to do here, open the browser, maximize the browser, enter the URL. So this is the, and we are using the implicitly wait as well. So this is the content precondition. So how it's going to work this before method, and again after method annotation also there, just we are closing the browser. So you can consider whenever each and every child class should extend base test because it's contain the common steps. So right now verify checkbox, what you are writing here, POM class, whatever checkbox is there, you are creating the object and we are calling the inside the method whatever we did declaration, initialization, utilization, no? So that method we are calling here. So whenever we are going to run this, first it will run precondition. What is the precondition? Because you are inheriting base test. Precondition is open the browser, wait 2 seconds, maximize, enter the URL. Once enter the URL, then what happen? Once enter the URL, your test case will be executed. Your actual test case steps will be executed. It can be checkbox, or it can be login page, or it can be logout page, or it can be any test case. That steps once execution completed, means your test case completely executed, then what happen? Post condition will be executed. Post condition is it's going to close the browser. That's all. Once execution completed, what happen? You are going to get the report. So that report also, it's a very important. You see, it depends. So again you can say in this framework we use it for, because anyhow it is TestNG framework, right? So we use it test output and here emailable report.html. So this is the report we use in our project. So, and while explaining our project, you need to tell what are the dependencies you used. This is a Maven project, right? We used the pom.xml. Pom.xml is a art of Maven project. In our project, whatever jars required, means whatever the software required, like example Selenium jars, TestNG required, Log4j is required, Apache P, because we are handling the data sheet in the fetching the data, right? So that purpose we are using Apache POI dependency, like that all the dependency whatever in your framework, you need to tell all the dependencies we added in our framework. And reporting purpose we use a TestNG test output, inside that emailable report.html. So in the TestNG what we can do, example 100 test cases your it means you are doing the like you are calling all the 100 test cases, we can execute it at a time, and once we are executed, what happened, we are going to get a report. That report we are going to attach it in Jira tool or Rally tool or ALM tool, which tool you are using in your project we are adding. So like that you need to explain properly. At least 5 minutes you need to explain your, like example, your interview is 30 minutes or your interview can be 45 minutes or it may 1 hour. So you need to explain at least 5 minutes. This is my framework. In that framework, these are the libraries contained, these are the data sheet it's contained, these are the dependencies and plugins we used, and this is the reporting tool we used. So we did implementation in POM library, declaration, initialization, utilization, like find by annotation, locator and locator value, variable name, utilization purpose we use it for methods, initialization we use it for constructor, and this all the execution purpose we use the TestNG framework. We whatever the common steps, precondition, post condition, we use the before method annotation and after method annotation, and this class we made it as an abstract class base test, and each and every class we are extended that base test, and we called whatever the steps required, no, that is we called and we executed. This way we need to explain our framework, then definitely they are going to very happy and they are going to hire you. Hopefully you understand how to explain like Selenium with Java framework, means hybrid driven framework. So if you understand this framework, please click on subscribe button and click on like. Thanks guys.